welcome to Mundo Madness Monday. It is Monday. I hope everybody is having a great Monday. Today has been an pretty good Monday for myself. I hope you guys are having an excellent Monday. Weather's kind of up and down, little nice though. Very nice, very comfortable, right? Um, Meg had a super interesting vid today this evening. And I really enjoyed watching his videos. Such a great person. And Meg, if you're watching right now, I know you usually watch them on Tuesday, but if you're watching right now, man, I really do hope you feel better. And you know, that'll be I'll be praying for you, buddy, to get better fast, real quick and soon. Uh, anyway, so tonight's stream. We're going to, I'm gonna go ahead. What I'm gonna do is I got some bullet casings here that I'm going to cut up for some crystal chamber holders or crystal holders. So while we're talking, I'm going to go ahead and try to cut some of these if my hands don't give out first. All right. But yeah, tonight let's kind of hang out and talk about all the saber hobby, right? The saber custom sabers, the hobby itself, and we're going to talk about basically business or a hobby. I mean, are you in it for making money, or are you going to turn your hobby into a business? Let's get into the middle of that and let's see how how everybody's different, or how maybe things progress with people, whether it's just a hobby itself. Like for me right now, eventually I would like to turn this hobby into a business. But with me working so much right now, I hardly have any time to work on my sabers. I mean, I probably get anywhere from 20, 30, maybe 45 minutes, if I'm lucky, an hour to work on a saber or something for a saber, right? And it's to me it's so relaxing. Hey Titan, what up, buddy? How you doing, man? Glad you stopped by, man. Glad you stopped by, dude. Um, so I wanted to say that for me, as far as this hobby goes right now, I love the fact that I'm taking time and I am basically doing builds for myself at the moment, right? Hey Jim, how you doing, buddy? Welcome. So I'm doing builds for myself at the moment, and later on I'd probably like to do it where I can make just a little bit of money, just a little extra side hustle. I may not want it to be a full blown business, so to speak, because I think maybe there's so much competition out there, right? And the competition is really stiff. I mean, I'd be going up against like Jeremy and Albert, and I mean, Jim, Tim from Tearfund. I mean, these guys are just amazing creators and amazing artists too, as well, and getting these all these sabers wired up, right? And I mean, these guys just do phenomenal work. Benji as well from Nerf Herder, and they do such great, amazing work. And my time, and everybody has regular jobs as well, right? And I run my time is across from going and working on my regular job to my ranch time to household time, and then here, you know, doing stuff, um, saber stuff, and it's super relaxing. I thoroughly enjoy working on saber stuff. I really do. And I'm not sure if I really want to be that type of person. And I may change, my mind in the future, because, but at this point right now, I'm not sure that I would want to have. commissions and everything at that point, you know, where I have to like hurry up and do something. I really like to take my time on things and so forth. You know, like I'm cutting these right now, right? The crystal holders. And I like to do it at a pace that works for me. Hey, Cindy, how you doing, brother? How you doing, man? And you know, God bless the guys that do their regular job, but then they do the hustle and getting everything out too, right? And Rich, I mean, and Cindy, I mean, you guys do amazing jobs with chassis as well, right? You, I mean, y'all print them out, you paint them, and you get them into the Sabers and stuff like that. So such amazing stuff. And even Rich Sangello, man, does some great chassis work as well, right? And so, you know, just to show you guys, and I showed Tiano Sabers this, and he does some amazing work as well, right? So T, if you're watching, man, uh, I painted, you know, I got the chassis right here, the TCSS chassis on top of stuff right here, and I painted it like a silver color, and then this is kind of like a glidden brass on here, right, to try to kind of coincide with all this. And then you see right there the crystal chamber with my crystal holder there. And Rich had actually he's gonna send me a uh what do you call it? A link to where I can get the 10 miller. I think he said it was a 10 millimeter LED, right? Uh round LED, because I'd asked him the type of LEDs that he used in my dad's memory saber. Whoop, there we go, right there, right. And so what I'm going to do is I've decided that that LED is going to go on here. So this right here is going to where the wire. Okay, the LED will go right here, and the wires will pass through down here. So it'll kind of look, you know, kind of killer that way, right? Um, is it Jim 10 millimeters, or I could be, you know, I forgot what he said, so don't quote me on that too much, okay? I could be misquoting him. I could be very much misquoting him because I mean, here's you know, here's his crystal chamber right here, right? And and that LED is like right in there. So that size of LED right in there um is going to go right on top, right on top right here, right? So it'll go right here so that the light will shine um, the light will shine down here, and so you can see the light right through here. Now, as far as this area goes, I may do some stuff to cover it up so you won't see the wires and you won't see anything else. You'll just see the crystal up here, lit and everything else. 3 millimeter is tiny, 5 millimeter medium, 10 millimeter large, 12 millimeter extra large, 16 is jumbo. Okay. Well, I'll have to keep that in mind, Jim. Thanks for the information, man. Much appreciated. Um, Definitely kind of keep that in mind. So, and you know what? And you know, I got very little time this past weekend. I went and rounded up cattle and everything, but I had probably about an hour. And I was, like I said, we were talking about painting last time, right? On one of the shows. And I end up getting, oh, I think I put it up. Let me see here. Oh, right. I went and bought some of this metallic spray paint right here, and I also bought the just the flat white primer because I bought some of that two X ultra cover paint and primer with silver, and I wanted to try those out. So I've been kind of painting a little bit just to try some different spray techniques, try the different colors out. So with this little PVC piece right here, right? This one here was sanded, and then I used the white primer, just a flat white primer on it, and then this metallics brass. And I don't think it came out too bad. I mean, not too bad here. So if this is my practice piece, right? If this came out, it didn't come out too bad. It looks a hell of a lot shinier than the Gildan brass. So you can see the difference in the brass colors. This one looks a little bit dimmer, right? Not so quite. And then of course the emitter part, I did a silver to it. Um, Silver, and then the pommel right here. Yeah, it's not even on straight. I'm still trying to figure things out for this stupid thing. Uh, my next project will be trying to figure out a chassis for this thing, man, and where to put the freaking button on this thing so that I don't mess up where the pins go and all that. Because I already have the pins in there. Y'all can see the pins. Yeah. I mean it's crazy, right? I've gone over this thing. I don't know how many times I've actually gone over colors and just trying to get this thing going. But yeah, as a matter of fact, I think I'm gonna use a very old, soundboard with it and stuff like that. I think I have an old 5.1 Prism somewhere that Meg graciously sent to me. So I might put that in there in that little pipe bomb. No, Meg, I just mentioning you, buddy. Welcome, welcome, guys. I thought, isn't it past your bedtime? I hope you're feeling better, man. I know you were really going through your deal there. Took my meds. Oh, awesome, dude. Awesome, awesome. Yeah, I actually sound a little bit better though too, man. So as I was saying earlier, Meg, pray for you get a little bit better, dude. So I hope the prayers will kind of help and get you going a little bit faster. Um, so tonight's, like I said, tonight I'm staying awake tonight. Ooh, really? Oh my goodness. So like I was saying that tonight I'm going to talk about the hobby versus. Oh, excuse me, guys. I dropped the piece right here, so this one I cut a little short, so I'm trying different sizes out too. You never know when you need a small and short size, right, for the crystal holder. So, and then of course, like I said, when I cut these and try different sizes for what fits well. So you see like that, then I get my idea right here and where to kind of cut in here, whether it be a little bit shorter, whether it be a little bit longer. I kind of decide, right? And they're, of course, they're naturally patinaed. So, Cindy says, I missed the stream live time. Just finished watching it. Well, it's all good, dude. We understand, Cindy. Trust me, Tom and I, we all understand that, life happens, man. You can't be sorry for missing things that are out of your control. While he was on, I was at work, man. So, I was kind of listening to him in one ear and doing my job and listening to the family that I was, taking care of at the same, it was a great little run though. It was cool. It was a great topic, and Tom did such an excellent job at painting and stuff. Getting that what was it, Tom? The knee part of the Mendo suit, right? Yeah, the knee part of the Mendo suit, and he was doing a great job of that. It was pretty cool. I really enjoyed watching him on there. So going back to the topic though, is turning your love and your passion of sabers into a hobby, right? Now, not only do you turn it into a hobby, but then you turn it into a business, or do you keep it a hobby? Okay. So that's the big question tonight is do you want to keep it as a hobby, or do you want to eventually take it to the next step and take it as a business, like Jeremy did on Solos and Albert, you know, right? Both of those guys, I mean, unbelievable guys and such great guys too. So, and they provide us with all kinds of great stuff. And they turn their hobby into a business. And it and their business really well is well, you know, it's going 100 miles an hour and full speed ahead. And Albert really, I mean, everybody started, I mean, his you know his I can't even talk tonight. Speakers, right? His speakers are just unmatched right now at this point. I mean, unmatched. He's got some great speakers, and I've really enjoyed uh listening and putting in some of those speakers, and just unbelievably smooth. And it is just so super cool, right? Now, at the same time, can it be such a headache? You know, if you eventually turn your passion into a business, you know, you never work a day in your life, right? If you love what you do, it's never work. And I believe that wholeheartedly. Let's see. Cindy says, I have mad respect for the guys that start as a hobbyist, turn it into a business, and still enjoy doing it. I couldn't handle that pressure personally. Yeah, Cindy, see, you know, I'm kind of in that corner too as well, right? Um, I don't know if it would be that much pressure for me to do it. I don't know, but you know, if you like it that much, I think the pressure, you know, kind of balances out the pleasure. At least that's what I think. That's the possibility of that, right? So let's see. Makes sense that the way to do this as a business is to quit your day job like Jeremy and shit. And Sabers. Yes. Right? Yeah. And let's see. But then you may get burned out. Yeah, you might. You might. Jim says, make tooth gets lots of water, stay as active as possible. Okay, see, Jim's trying to take care of you, man. Hey, John, what up, man? Welcome, welcome, buddy. Welcome, welcome. Yeah. So it's an interesting topic tonight. I'm glad you joined us, man, because as a, you know, not only as a collector that but you know the content that you put out, right? But you turned your passion into a business, right, correct? And in turning your passion into a business, do you well, I'm pretty sure that at times that you're like, man, I wish I had just kept it as a hobby. Or is there where like there's never a doubt in your mind that you're like, yeah, I did this, I turned it into money and I'm running with it, and this train is never gonna stop, right? Uh, you know, does the is the positives outweigh the negatives in that respect, right? Friend once told me never to turn your avocation into your vocation. He loved flying, and now he's an airline pilot and hates flying. Oh wow! See, there you go. I mean, and everybody's different, right? Everybody's different, so you don't know uh what can happen if you actually turn your passion into a hobby. Now, I don't think they're with it being like a little side hustle, right? With it being a little side hustle and getting a little bit of extra money here and there, and then you know you have that choice of basically stopping at any time that you want to, or even take a break and then coming back to it, right? Much like some of these content creators, because if you take, you know, if you get so many videos, but then you have, it's almost like you have to put out so many videos for this, and that, and especially when it comes to money, right? And if it can be a double-edged sword, right, Jim? Yeah, it can be if you let it. I think if you let it become a double-edged sword, it can either make you or break you. And depending, and now these days you got all these people, these pajama warriors that sit in front of their TV, sit in front of their laptops, and they've got nothing better to do but shit and hate on people that are doing stuff and making something of themselves and going out and trying different things, new things. They may fail a little bit at it, they may not. They may, make something of themselves out of it, make a name for themselves, right? And and it fathoms me that you have all these people, like I said, these pajama warriors that got nothing better to do than to hate on people who are really trying to make a difference in this world. Let's see. Never wanted to be a cop, but love loss and prevention. Oh, really, Jim? Let's see. And Meg says, I never depend on money from Sabers and really only took jobs I wanted to build. Oh, we're challenging. Good. See, I'm glad you said that, man, because I think that's how most of the hobbyists feel in this hobby at the same time. And look at Cal, man. Cal has made an empire for himself out of the Sabers, right? And he started just like everybody else. I mean, he went from teaching people to do this and that, and it's just run with it as far as a um just phenomenally. Let's see. But as a side hustle, you can't compete with China. No, no. And why would you want to anyway? Jim says, "Oh, which means China sabers are nor good. Look at all those blades I'm selling brand new and nobody's buying because Chinese blades are cheap, but China doesn't make thick walled or tri-star blades. And blades went cheap and dead. Yeah, well, Meg, that's the thing. When here's the thing. And I'm not speaking for everybody either, but I'm speaking for somebody who doesn't have a lot. But I tell you what, in my case, I save and save and save until I can buy what I can get. And if it means me making my own blade, I'll make my own blade. But if I can buy one, yeah, I'll buy one of the ones that other people make. And like I eventually want to try my hand at making a TriStar. If not, then if I don't have time to do it, I will eventually buy one. But I do have to save a while. Right now, you have to make sure that your priorities are straight in first too as well because like me, I've got my truck that keeps breaking down. I have to keep fixing it. So everything that I have for Sabres gets on the back burner after that. And if I have anything left over, then yeah, I can go ahead and try to get something, done. But at the same time, one of the things that I'm doing is, making these crystal holders, getting and cutting, the clamp cards, so I can try to sell those. Just make a little bit of money here, so that I can try to buy some stuff for the Saber stuff, right? It's almost a means to an end and everything. Let's see. John says that I have turned all my hobbies into jobs, music, photography, and video, and I have never really had a day job. Yeah, okay, see, and John, I'm glad you said that because now we're getting several perspectives in terms of hobby versus business, right? And you have had you know, all your hobbies turn it into a day job. But it's been very good to you, right? Yeah, I mean, it's been pretty good to you in terms money wise, and that's what tonight's challenge is really about, or our discussion is about. Because if you can turn your hobbies into a job and still continue to love that job, still continue to love your hobby, and not get burnt out on anything you do. Cheers, guys. Cheers. If you continue to do those things it's never a real job in the first place, because if you love it that much, not only does it provide you with everything that you need, but the immense satisfaction that you get with it as well, right? Shinji says, let's see, that's the way to do it, Tom. Personally, I have a hard time saying no, so I know I would take on everything and anything, get overwhelmed, and hate myself for it. Laugh out loud. Cindy, and that's the whole reasoning for me doing all of my builds right now for myself. Because once I get a certain amount of builds for myself and I'm comfortable, I'm happy with what I have, then I won't have to worry about being in a hurry to get another one or do another one for myself. Whereas I can concentrate on getting the ones out for people that want certain things, right? And I've already decided that once I start doing some builds and so forth, I'm going to do builds my way. And if people want to buy them, fine. If they don't want to buy them, that's okay. I'm good with that. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna worry too much about the practicality of people, do wanting like certain commissions and everything. I don't want to be in a rush for something. So what I would do is, for me, I would make a certain amount of sabers and then sell them, right? Um, Titan says Jam's building his castle. Jam, well, that I understand. And then Meg says, no, I'm broke too. Then to get. So that's why I learned how to wire sabers and couldn't afford what I wanted. Yeah, I mean yeah, I'm having to save up everything that I get, that I get. I mean, it's simple little things like this, 20, 20, like 10, 15 bucks here. But then, when you go and you put your order in, a few bucks turns into like 30 or $40, and it's like, ooh, you know okay, so I'll save 20 bucks from this paycheck, 30 bucks from this paycheck, and then I can do an order here for one or two little pieces, and go on from there, right? John says, I think collector outpost, you have a very yeah, Jim, I agree. I mean, he's got everything. Since he's not true, 500 or 1,000 for an install is hard pill to swallow for most. It is. It really is, Cinzy. And, that's why one of the things that I never understood, and here's the thing with that, Cinzy, is that one of the things that I never understood until I started building for myself, right? The time that it takes to do the install, the amount of money that you spend for even just basic parts, basic components, right? Um, just making, even just a mediocre build, uh, is, it takes so much time learning to wire and then buying all the parts here and there, and then to do it. I never understood why it was so much for a saber to buy a saber until I started building them myself and learning, okay, this is the price for this is the price for that. But shit, the time that it takes for them, and like Meg, Meg taking the time, and all the guys that did YouTube videos on teaching you how to do, the blades, right? The components it takes to buy the blades, and then the time it takes to make the blades. Uh, by the time you buy all the components for the blades, $10 for the material, you're looking, and then the LEDs themselves, right? The LEDs could run anywhere from $30 for two. You're looking at 60, and then if you get higher end LEDs, you're looking at $120 for two strips of LEDs. And then that's just the strips themselves. That's not the tube, that's not the foam, that's not the wire, that's not anything else. You've already spent $120 for a blade that's not even complete. And I'm like, oh, dude. And when I built my first blade, I couldn't imagine why I was like, oh, dude, I do buy a Mundo installed just to have one. Cindy, I appreciate that, man. So eventually, man, eventually I will have a Mundo install. And you know what? Once I get comfortable enough doing the installs, I tell you what, I will do them on here on Mundo Monday, and then I guess I don't know, man. Maybe y'all can bid for it or something. I don't know, or maybe I'll have a maybe a one of those contest things where they do the little spin the wheel thing, and it'll be a contest thing. I don't know. Jeez, man. But I am so honored, Cindy. I am so honored. But yeah, um, my goal in this hobby is to be just as good as you guys. That's my goal. And I'm like the turtle, man. I'm like the turtle, slow at going and see what happens if I can catch up to the rabbit while he's sleeping, right? That's my goal is to catch up to the rabbit while he's sleeping. Cecil Turtle. Do 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 do. Right. And here I am. And but I want to bring some uniqueness to it too. And I've always imagined myself having a business for myself. And maybe this is a way to do that. And I could be um yeah, there's a lot that goes into it, man. Shout out to the guys that take the time to show us how to do these things. And time was definitely a big help to me, especially with the profi stuff, big things. Oh yeah, that's coming and doing the profi stuff, man. It's just unbelievable with the profi stuff, man. Because that takes a lot of freaking work, a lot. And I was like, whoa, with having to do the programming and stuff, and then FET 263. Yeah, I mean, pumping all this stuff out that he has, it's like, oh my God, just pumping so much stuff out, so much content, and then so many cool blade animations and colors and it's just all kinds of stuff, right? And the way Meg did his stuff too. Meg, you're such a teacher, man. Even as you're such a talent in this big profession as well, because without guys like you, uh, me, Cindy, and everybody else who's here, attempting to do installs and stuff like that. I mean, we'd probably be way, way, way down the totem pole. Well, I mean, I still am because I choose to be. Um, right? I choose to be at the very bottom of the totem pole, and eventually I'll get up to climb where everybody else is at. But I'm not in a hurry to do that. But also, uh, for the guys that have their business and do this day in day out, Cal, uh, such a lovely person, such a lovely teacher, and such great content that he puts out. And I always look forward to seeing people like that, having people like that on the show, and Um, you know, Tim from Tearfon, also such, a great talent in the saber industry that uh the installs that he does is just absolutely mind-boggling as well. And like he had, and then Cindy with your um stands and Meg, and I mean it's a great hobby to be in. I never once dreamed in my entire life. I've always loved Star Wars and everything, right? And I never dreamed in my wildest dreams that I could have such great people to talk to, such great talent to talk to, and as well as enjoying something that I have not had the pleasure of enjoying until I was a little bit older, and and then also when my friend passed, it brought me to a point where if you don't take advantage of your life on what life has to offer you, you'll never know the true meaning of living, right? And with me, yeah, things get kind of put behind sometimes, ahead, and I tend to stray from certain things, and I know I shouldn't, but at the same time, it's like you either do or you don't. And if you lose out, you lose out. And if you do it, well, at least you attempted it, and hey, you tried it, right? You succeed, man, and it's appreciated. Cindy, I know I will. I know I will, because I've got such great people like you guys, right? Um, and I cheer on the guys that will enable me to get there as well. Because watching you guys and doing the same things, that learning and watching and listening, seeing what you guys have been able to accomplish, and knowing that in my life I will be able to accomplish the same things, right? It just may take a little bit longer, but I'm very comfortable with that. I don't have to worry about somebody rushing me for things, and I understand that not rushing may bring about um better quality stuff. You know what I mean? In terms of me learning the right way of things. So I try to make sure that I emulate great things from great people, and I may not, and I'm not here to emulate, everything exactly the same, but I want to make sure that the people that I learn from, the people that I see, the people that I talk to, um, I want to go ahead and make sure that those people are very well appreciated, that I will do them justice in the things that I will do later on, right? In the stuff that I do. And trust me, I mean, and it's just like everybody else. Like when I do these, when I cut these, they're not perfect. They're very imperfect. And if you watch, a lot of this stuff in Star Wars, space is very dirty, space is very imperfect, right? There's a lot of irregularities. There is a lot of imperfectionness in space. If you get my drift, I mean, there's a lot of things that go wrong. I mean, if you watch some of the movies, when things blow up, when ships get blown up, they get shut down. A lot of the ships, like the Star Destroyer, right? All of those things. You get things that are broken, right? And some of the things that I see in and I'm not knocking anybody. Cheers, Cindy. A lot of the things that I see that people want to do too perfect in this hobby. And yeah, I get it. Okay, I get it. But Star Wars, in reality, in space, nothing is ever perfect, right? So when I do the crystal holders, when I do the crystal holders, it's not perfect. But if you're in a scavenging scenario, you're in the desert, you're gonna find whatever you can use, right? You're gonna find whatever you can use. Being happy while doing anything is the most important and rewarding. Yes, Titan. I believe that. Excuse me, guys. I believe that wholeheartedly. I really do. That I'm glad you brought that up, Titan. And one of the things else too, guys, is if you're happy with that, if you're happy with it, then others are going to be happy with you, right? Others are going to be happy with you. And you can't make everybody, not every person happy. There's always going to be somebody that's going to bitch about something, no matter what it is, whether it's a small, tiny detail, whether it's a big detail, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What matters is if you're happy with it, right? So I tell you, um, like for me, I tell you, I just made this one right here, right? Double crystal holder, and it is what it is. I mean, sometimes it's a good happy accident, and sometimes it's not, right? If it fits, it fits. If it don't, it don't. Try it again, make another one, right? And that's why I cut these in different sizes, different lengths, because you never know. You need a smaller holder. You need a bigger holder. I mean, you tell me, right? I mean, I will try to fit something differently. I mean, I'm even trying different kinds of shells, right? So I'm looking into different shells so that I can offer type of different type of things. And I don't know if I could actually cut something like this, but I tell you what I could do is I could probably cut this thing and make turn this part into a button setup, right? Take out the primer right here. It's already spent anyway. Cut it right here. Blow that out. Throw a little button in there, and there you go. I tell you. I mean, I've got some ideas for all kinds of crazy little things, man. And whether me being able to accomplish them a little bit here and there, I can do it. I know I can, and I know I will eventually. And do I turn it into a full big business? Maybe, maybe not. Time will tell, Time will tell. And that's the biggest thing. You have to decide, everybody's got to decide for themselves what they really want. Whether they want to keep it a hobby, whether they want to keep it a business. Felicia, what up? Like a like a tension screw knob. Yeah, exactly. Right? I'll make a rifle or a pistol type saber. Hey, ain't no worry about that, mama. We from Texas. We'll make anything out of the shit. We'll make anything out of bullets. Fuck. Let's see. Cindy says I have a hard time uploading my builds, sometimes because I'm the one guy bitching about something, and I'm sure others can relate. But Cindy, you know what, man? With the things that you've done and the things that I've seen, I think the one person that really needs to believe in you is you, man. I mean, you have such great builds. I mean, your videos are great, dude. You showcase them very well. You may not talk about it, but the show, and not everybody has to talk about the Sabers. Just showcasing it. You know how they say sometimes that less is more. You don't talk and you show what you have. I mean, that's all you need to do. You show what you've done. That's all you need to do. And believe me, man, I believe in so many people, and it's crazy that to see all of these different types of sabers that have come out, all these different creations, even creations that are on paper, they're not even come to life, in somebody's hand yet. And I am just stoked about trying to see, like I've seen some artwork of sabers, and I'm wondering, when is somebody actually gonna build these things that is in art? Because I tell you, If somebody were to build some of those that you see, like I think it's deviant art or something like that, I want to have a couple of those done. I want to have a couple of those built. And I think they would come out great if somebody built them, right? But like one of the builds looks like TCSS has a lot of the parts that are on that build, and I'm wondering if maybe I should get a hold of Josh over there, or um Josh over there, and have it built. Save up my money, see how much it would be, and get it built. And I bet that once it comes out of paper and into reality, like that song, right? Jump into my car, jump into my life. Um, and I believe if if art reflects, life, or imitates life, if art imitates life, then maybe we need to kind of go backwards and imitate art a little bit. Well, that's what the sabers are, right? It's functional art. Sabers are actually functional art. And no wonder there is a big business for it. Not only do is for the love of Star Wars, but I mean, let's get real. We all love the sabers. So why would there be no saber enthusiast if we didn't? I think there would be hardly any saber enthusiasts out there actually if we did not have custom sabers. Because if Disney, just had what they have, I think there'd be so many disappointed people and stuff in sabers that we have right now, and all these custom sabers. Disney don't even come close to all this customization stuff, man. Not even close. And Disney's the one with all the money. You have these guys that are on these machines, Ciroc sabers. I mean, you know, my God. And Jeremy now, they've got all these tools now to do their own hilts, to make their own hilts, right? The three-edged sword. I can't wait to buy one of your sabers. I'm saving up. You've no idea. Laugh out loud. Oh my goodness, man. I tell you, I've got so many ideas that I would love to do. And I tell you, it's unbelievable that what I want to accomplish, right? But I tell you, it's funny though that in believe me, I appreciate that so wholeheartedly. Uh, F Disney. I'll forever hate what Disney has done to Star Wars, and they brought in Neo Sabers 3 weeks ago. Amazing. Yeah, I mean, it's unbelievable that with all the money that, you know, don't get us started on the Disney series. Cindy, you and me both. You guys crack me up. Yeah, it's unbelievable though. Why would Disney, with all the money that Disney has, you would expect you would expect them to have better sabers, better shit, better technology than, with Jeremy and Tim and I tell you, and Benji, all of these guys that don't have not even nowhere near a quarter of the money that Disney has, but yet they produce such amazing works of art. The chassis, and then the carcass. Chuck, welcome, welcome. I hate Disney. Can't stand Kathleen Kennedy. Thanks for the maker for John Favreau. Yes, I agree, dude. I agree. Kennedy fucked everything up. I agree, dude. I mean, she wanted the woman's lib thing, and she put it in there, and she screwed the pooch on all kinds of shit, man. I tell you, and all that shit that she promised Steve, you know. and everybody, everybody at Disney, George, and especially George, right? She promised George the world that she would go and go with his, with his vision. But when it came down to it, she did her own thing, and she really screwed the pooch on it, man. I mean, she let us all down. And I thought that she would really take care of a lot of things. And Fabro and Filoni, they're the ones taking charge really with Kath. They're telling Kathleen Kennedy, hey, we got to go this way, and this is the way it's going to work. Because if we don't go this way, it's going to, yeah. South Park went hard on KK. Oh, I need to see that episode. The three it says, "Ooh, I must disagree with even John. I'm in it. I hate anything Disney Star Wars. I'm an expanded universe book nerd." And that's the thing, that expanded universe. We have yet to see things from the expanded universe come out the way it should, right? And there is a whole nother market in itself, right? There is the expanded universe. Come on, really? Why would you not pull expanded universe into movies already? I don't get it. I don't get it. They should have done expanded universe movies like a long time ago. The Redeemer had at the end. Yeah, that was so good, but they redeemed her at the end. Maybe. You think so? Earth Star Wars? Subject matter expert since I was 14. Laugh out loud. I believe it. I believe it, man. I believe it. I'm nowhere. I probably nowhere near what I probably got nothing on you, man. You got me beat by a mile on stuff like that. Star Wars matter. I tell you, I got a one-track mind a lot of times. I really do, man. I mean, like I get in my head about something, and that's it. I'm done for. That's one-track mind. There was one gem I'm willing to give Disney, but they did it accidentally, and that was Into the Nights of the Fallen video game. Oh, okay. The video game. I have to admit, the video games are pretty dang good. You know, 4 minutes of pure genius in screenwriting. 4 minutes. That's amazing. South Park Into the Pandaverse. They redeemed Kathleen Kennedy at the end. Oh my goodness. You actually think that John Favreau and Filoni really respect her at this point in time? I think they tolerate her, but they will probably don't even respect her. You know, I don't know, but then again, they could be friends, and I could be wrong, right? And maybe that's how they kind of convinced her to let them do what they want. It outdid it in 4 minutes. Everything Disney pooped out. Laugh out loud. Oh my gosh. And you would expect, like, I mean, come on. A lot of their movies that just, if they can make such great movies in terms of everything else, but they really dropped the ball on Star Wars. What does that tell you, right? What does that really tell you? I don't think they really cared that much for Star Wars, I mean, I know that. Hey, Rich, what up, buddy? How you doing? I don't think it's obvious that they really didn't do their homework a whole lot, or they didn't care to do their homework a lot, even though they show on their extras and stuff like that. All these meetings that they had for this and that and their planning and so forth. Nah, I think the ones that really did their homework was Filoni and Favreau, and those are the ones that really took heed to everything, and maybe a few other people, right? Maybe a few other people. Disney doesn't understand lightsabers. It's not a fracking bat, laugh out loud. It's too much Shanghai theater in the fight scenes. Yeah, I think so too. They want to try to compete with like those kung fu movies and stuff like that. Nah, uh, it's they're trying to put a little bit of that Shang-Chi in there, right? Marvel stuff. They want to put Marvel stuff with the Star Wars. I think, hey, here's an idea, and you guys are gonna just laugh your asses off on this one. I am Groot, Saber, right? I think that would be so funny. It'd be kind of like a Wookiee saber, but with Groot. I am Groot. Oh, that'd be too funny, wouldn't it, guys? But going back to since he says, I agree, waste nothing. I cut through everything. Let me see some limbs. What would they do if they actually showed where somebody was Sword says, no, they want to sell more to a Chinese market because Americans don't like the monopoly of cinemas. It's being shut out from Disney and they are cradle to the grave information organization. Whoa, dude. Yes, harsh. Very harsh, but I think you might be onto something, dude. Titan says, we need a John Wick style saber battle. Oh, yes. I agree, Titan. That'd be so awesome, right? You know what? I think I saw it on where did I see it? Was it Instagram that they did it? That they did a meme or did like a little thing about it? That John Wick had that fighting scene where he's on the motorcycles and with the swords, and they turn the swords into sabers, and that was like that was cool as shit though. Star Wick, there you go. And then yeah, that'd be freaking awesome. Star Wick. Oh my god. John Wick, like 325-25, right? Can you imagine how he'd be with Vader? Jeez. That would be funny, man. John Wick and Vader going at it. Dude, there's a bout for the year, right? The bout of the year. Okay, now Reeves and Revan. Reeves and Revan. Oh my goodness, Rich. Let's see. He doesn't use a hammer to get his box from under the concrete. He just force pulls it out of the ground. Dude, now that would be sick. Just to see him like that, just ooh, doing this bit and then boom. Dude, yes. That would be badass. That would be badass. Swords, yes. I'm there. Sign me up, dude. Sign me up. I'm there. Now you know he'd probably be like Ezra, right? He'll probably be like Ezra and put the blaster with it. Gotta be, right? He'd be so badass with a blaster, but on top of that, then a saber. So he'd be like Ezra with the saber blaster. By the way, I have seen the AI picks. Reeves is the only one to play Revan. Really? Huh? Wow. Anyways, quick idea. Imagine your sabers, but the strands travel up saber mimicking DNA helix strand. Ooh, that's cool. Yeah, DNA helix. Oh man. Dude, that would be, yeah, that might be sick, dude. That might be sick. Yeah, hand's getting a little numb here, but let's see. See that? What do you guys think? Longer, shorter, and see, I got this. Either one, like they come apart, right? You just put them together, and I just fed them like that. They fit. They fit. Oh man, some of that patina's even coming off on the finger there. You see what I mean? Not perfect, but spaced, dirty, right? There you go. Let's see how many I could fit together right now. I've cut probably about maybe 5 or 6 different sizes in different deals. So let's see here. Can I fit this one into here? And one of the things that I hate about that, sometimes I cut some that are the same. You can't fit them, even though I think they look like better with them. So it's like, really? Yeah. Yeah. And my fault is, sometimes I don't even I cut when I have some of the same things here. Let me see. Now, would you actually turn your love into a business, or would you keep it just a hobby? You could space out the LEDs so that errands allow horizontal might allow for a more densely packed strand of LEDs. Yeah. Well, you know what I thought about doing, and I don't know if it would actually kind of work, but for here, what I would do is probably put two LEDs together just like these, right? And then, you have each one of those small LEDs in here. So you have the light coming out here and the light coming out there. So, and then kind of drill a little hole right up in here for the wires to come out, right? Uh, Susie says, I finalized the chassis I'm working on and it's ready for print. So I think I'm gonna order parts for a standalone crystal chamber. Finally use the crystal gold that you sent me. Oh, dude, that's awesome, Cindy. I hope it works out for you. Great, man. I really hope it works out good for you. I really want to see that, man, because I sent one to Albert and a few people too, and um, you know, I really want to make sure that people enjoy those as much as I enjoy making them, right? I mean, they cutting them and sanding them. Like these are just freshly cut, right? I just freshly cut these, so these need a lot of sanding and a lot of kind of getting in there with the sandpaper so that I can get the burrs off and everything like that, make them smooth. And like I said, they're not entirely perfectly straight, and I'm not going to make them that way because the way my story is for these and my products, they're not meant to be perfect, right? They are not meant to be, you know, straight and narrow like everybody has, perfectly straight, perfectly this. You come across a ship that has been crash landed after it got shot down. You're going to tell me that you're going to find perfectly straight parts here and there? Yes, you may find quite a few, but you're not going to find everything straight and perfect, especially if there's something that you need in there, right? And especially if, let's see, what Jim says, my left knee, my right knee, what? Left knee, right knee, my bad joke. Jim, dude, that's hilarious. That is hilarious. Oh man. Let's see, Sword says, yeah, you gotta do is create a patent for a honeycomb or try like saber blade. And retirement is around the corner for you. Laugh out loud. Yeah, I'll retire when I'm dead, dude. I'm not, I ain't ready to kick the bucket yet, dude. I've got a lot of living to do, a lot of friends and family to see. I got a lot of the world to see. I am happy where I'm at right now in terms of where I'm at with my life, right? And I want people to be happy for where they're at, what they're doing, and especially in this hobby. If you don't enjoy doing the hobby, then, you know, pick something else that you do enjoy. And if you love the hobby, that whether you want to stick with it as far as being a hobby or stick with it as a business, if you love what you do, it's never work. It's never work. And I wholeheartedly believe that. And in this hobby, for me, it is total relaxation. When I get to do this stuff, this is total relaxation. I'm in my garage for hours. I forget about every fucking thing in the world that is bad out there, and I concentrate what is good and pure to my heart in here. Right? I do. I enjoy it. I really enjoy it. What little I get to do, what little I get to create, I enjoy it. Like this thing right here, right? I think I was what is shoot, I forgot the name of that Kirkland's. I was at Kirkland's, right? And my wife showed me this whole get up right here, and it was empty. That's all glass in there, right? And I went to Walmart and I thought to myself, well, fuck, what can I do with this thing that I can have that sorry guys, that I can actually showcase my sabers in the flavor of the month, right? So I'm gonna get you guys a little bit closer. Oh Jesus, let me see. And there we go. And you can see the LEDs running up in there, right? So you can see all the LEDs running up in there. I'm all over the place. Sorry guys. And I know it's bad for the camera and everything, and I certainly apologize. But you know, like I said, my wife is the one that showed that to me at Kirkland's. And I said, that's perfect for me to showcase the Sabers one every couple of months. Or, when I get things situated and get all the different type of Sabers set up, then I can utilize this thing so that when I do these vids, man, they can see different Sabers all the time. I went to Walmart and I got the LEDs. I think they're like $4 or $5, right? For the LEDs right there. I said, damn, that would look sick with it right in there. So I did. I stuck those LEDs in there and I went to town and I can do different animations with them and I can do different colors with them. And I mean, it's badass. So, and my wife's over here going, you talk with your hands too much. Oh yeah, she is badass. All right, she's badass for finding that for me. She's number one. She's number one. Right? Let's see. Let's
You're
see.
just trying to get lucky.
Oh, I. She's just trying to get lucky. Oh my god. Let's see. Since he says I want them to be straight, Star Wars is not shiny and perfect. Laugh out loud. That's the way I see it, Cinzy. You know. And then see, Sword says depends on if the ship was yielded before impact. If it was atmospheric. Oh yeah, yeah. But what if it? What if that pressurized? Okay. Good night, babe.
Okay.
Love you too. If what if that? Okay. When you get the hull breached from getting shot, space is has a vacuum, right? So if you get and if you watch Star Wars and you see when the one of those windows breaks, you see all that air gets sucked into space and all of that pressure and all of those things broken, right? So you tell me if it's not like being underwater where that pressure just grabs it like a can. and just boom compacts it, right? I don't know, man. I mean, and then it falls down to whatever whatever planet is in the area, and it's like a tin can, a beer can, man, that you crush on your head, throws on the planet. What are you gonna do, right? You see, Titan says, "Okay, everyone, you're lost in the desert of Tatooine. You have a can of spam and a can of fish, can of sport. What order do you eat them in?" Oh, man, Titan's on it today, man. Titan's on it today. Shit. Oh, wow, dude. What order do you eat them in? Man, I don't know. I probably would turn the other two. I would probably eat the spam and turn the other two into something I could use for fuel. That would be me, dude. I'd get the hell out of there, man, and go find a cantina or something. I'd drink myself to death on Tatooine before that damn any creatures or maybe even the what do you call it? The little Jawas find me. Shit, little thieves. They'd probably steal that shit before I could even eat it. Anyway, Jim says I was thinking of a bottom plate crystal holder on a motor with LEDs, and then make the DNA strand out of fiber optic cables in it. Dude, that see? You see right there. But genius, dude. That is creativity right there at its best, man. I love that. See? We got all kinds of creators right here, right now. And it's just a matter of getting those out of your head and into reality. That is the biggest problem right there, right? The biggest roadblock. Let's see. Since he says, date the fish, fuck the spork, marry the spam. Since he, this funny. So it says, Titan, I mix them all together. How cook it and up and tell everyone it's British cuisine. Oh, British cuisine. Gotta love it. Oh, dude, Swords, that is a genius, dude. That is hilarious, man. That is totally hilarious. Yes, Sword. Absolutely. Sometimes I don't make her too happy, but I do what I make her happy most of the time, dude. I need to come down and make the help float and rotate in the case. Yes, that would be such a badass thing like that. That would be cool. That would be like super badass. And I've seen some, I think I've seen something like that with magnets or magnetic that you do. Um, I don't know where I saw something like that. I do know that, what do you call it? There is a thing with the Death Star that's a Death Star, I think it's a Death Star speaker, right? That floats with on magnets and stuff, and you link it up to your phone or you link it up to a Bluetooth. It's a pretty badass thing. Felicia says, like on Aliens, when the alien gets sucked out the window, that haunts my memory. Yes, Felicia, stuff like that, right? Stuff like that. In when people see those things, but they don't see that things get bent up, things should break when things like that happen, right? Everybody thinks, oh no, the ship's fine, everything is fine. You this and that. No, everything is not fine. In reality, it would not be fine. It would be even more. If it sucked that thing out, and yes, the ship has, several thickness of steel and everything like that, but if it sucked that thing out, And there's other things. The pressure alone, like I said, it's like a tin can implode or explode, right? Depending. Let's see, Rich says, that's why I love 3D printing. Oh, I'm glad you like it, man. I'm so interested in trying it eventually. Eventually I'd like to try my hand on it. And guys like, and people like you, Rich, I know I can depend on getting me where I need to be with you and Meg and everybody else who does printing can put me on the right path and direction into getting set up and everything once I get a printer. I'm wanting to learn. I know that you need a slicing program with your printer, so I'm trying to see, learn what kind of slicing programs there are, and where I go to and all that. Window drop door back, yeah. Let's see. Sword says 10 best restaurants in the world are in London, and they all cook French food. Laugh out loud. Okay, that's funny. All French food, huh? Won't cook no French food here, buddy. Not in Texas. Texas, you get Mexican and steak or barbecue. Yep, you get Mexican steak or barbecue over here, and even then the steak is barbecued. Let's see. Yes, the Death Star Bluetooth speaker. There you go. Right, that's what I thought I saw. Yeah. But nothing to bring the Disney back up. But Princess Leia somehow doesn't flash boil and freeze instantly in the open void of space. Right. She did not instantly, but you got to remember she was using the Force at the time she got sucked out. So it took her a little bit longer to try and to get frozen. It took her just a little bit, and then when she used the Force to pull herself back sorry, buddy, when she used the Force to bring her back into the ship, and then she was in that chamber for a good while, right? But anything that she had on her that she lost, everything that was on her hands, whatever, probably should have crushed her fingers. Excuse me. But again, what kept her from being crushed and everything from the vacuum of space was the force, right? Let's see, Rich says the cost is so low now that you can get an incredible machine for under 200. Yeah, I was actually kind of pricing them, Rich. But the one that I did like, I think it was the Ender Pro 3. Um, that one was a little bit more than 200. I think it was like 340, 350, something like that. But it wasn't bad, not a bad deal. And it's got a big bed on there, so I like things that have like a little bulk to them where I can do more, right? Because eventually I want to try I don't know, maybe I'll try a mask out or a helmet or something. See that? Let's see. So it says she just married Poppins flows past the dishonored memory of Admiral Akbar and was killed in that explosion. Yeah. So it says I miss Texas barbecue. Rudy's was amazing. Oh yeah, Rudy's is good. Rudy's is good, man. I can't lie. It's good. It's not great, but it's good. I tell you, there's some Texas barbecue up in Austin. I tell you what, that beats Rudy's any day, dude. Excuse me, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm trying not to cough. So, look, Dustin here. So we don't mention the Leia snafu, Jim. Them's fighting words, Jim. We got the bout between swords and Jim. Okay, so here we go. Freshly made. Woo! Now keep in mind these aren't sanded yet, but they'll get sanded. So I've got one, two, three. In the time that we're talking, I've cut Let's see here. One, two, three, four, five, six. Yep, I got six bullets cut and three chamber crystal holders made. So not a bad night's work actually for me, man. Because but they're still not finished anyway. They're just cut and put together like that, and I'm still cutting. I'll probably still cut for another 30 minutes or so before I go to bed, and all that good stuff. Let's see. Let's see. Three sword. Let's see. Sword. He was stationed at Fort Hood for a time. Oh yeah, you were stationed at Fort Hood. That's awesome, dude. Now, are you from Texas or you were just stationed there? Which is there's no pressure in space. It's not like water. Oh, I don't know about that, man. I could be wrong. But the way the vacuums, the vacuum, the way it shows in some of these, I don't know, man. Maybe I'd have to watch some of those documentaries on space and see what comes up, how they perceive things. No, now are the suits that the astronauts wear just to keep them from freezing, or is there some pressure to it that's pressurized? Kind of like when you go diving in water, right? But we don't know. I mean, it just cold, super cold. My keyboard doesn't like white text. You would just freeze. Okay, well, possible. Well, that's a given. Yeah, I mean, you would. That's just a given that it's just cold. I mean, freezing complete. I think it's what I wonder what I wonder what the temperature would be just getting out there and you freezing instantly. It'd have to be like negative something, right? Like a negative, you know, whatever. Way more than like I guess way more than the Arctic. Huh, the force doesn't stop the void of space. What? Disney doesn't understand the force. Disney was trained as a Jedi until after. Of course. Yeah, I agree. I think there's a big misunderstanding at Disney of how things kind of work within the Star Wars universe. The only ones that actually understand it is Filoni and Favreau, honestly. Oh, really, Rich? Stay away from the Ender Pro? Wow, really? Huh. Which one do you recommend, man? Are a lot of people having problems with it? Is that still what's going on? Laugh Out Loud Fort Hood was a great place. They haven't updated in years in Neptune 4 Plus or the 3 Plus. The Neptune 4 Plus or the 3 Plus. And what company makes the Neptune? Is it Creality or is it a different company? Since it says the underline has become complacent, get something with newer tech for the same price. Oh, okay. Thanks, guys. See, that's what I love about you guys and this community because without people like you guys to point me in the right direction, I probably would have bought an Ender 3 Pro and then I'd have all these problems. And now it's kind of like, okay, now I got my brain kind of like, ooh, all right. Hmm, that's interesting. Super interesting. Super, 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 super interesting. Sorry, guys. I'm just The weather's changing over here, so my allergies are starting to woo, get the better of me. Let's see. Let's see. Cindy says, I wish I had known that before I bought mine. That Neptune 4 looks nice. Huh. Okay. Oh man, it's midnight. I should head to bed. Have up early, and I'm born and raised upstate New York. Just stationed at Hood. Oh, okay. Okay. So you're at New York, huh? That's cool, man. Well, you be well, dude. If you're heading off and going, you have a great night. I'm glad you came and hung out with me. That's pretty awesome, dude. Um, excuse me. I certainly hope you'll continue to come and hang out every Monday or every Monday that I do the show. I know that I can't do the Mundo Monday show every single Monday, but most of the time I will, and I'll do my best to come on every night for you guys. Not every night, sorry, every Monday night. My apologies, my brain is getting ahead of me. I'm starting to shift gears in my brain now after this of what I'm gonna do. So, um, it's probably it's probably about midnight as well. Um, I'm Central Time, so it might be about 11:30, almost 12 o'clock here. And let me see. Actually, uh, nope, can't get the time with me right now. Jesus. Anyway, it's Texas time. It's after 11 o'clock. I'm pretty sure about that right now. And let's see here. Rich says, I used to work for NASA. Damn. Wink, wink. Meg says, I'm friends with Kim Munley. Chet, what up, Chet? How you doing, man? Thanks for coming, dude. I knew you'd be here. She shot Naito Hassan. Really? And was shot in her knee. Yee. All my relatives are in Texas. Jim, does that mean your exes too? We're gonna have to talk. We're gonna have to talk to old George, right? See about your exes in here over here. She lives here in Wilmington, North Carolina. Oh, damn, man, really, dude. It says that the vacuum of space would flush boil your blood, flash freeze, and it's all the same instantly. Your lungs would explosively decompress on your face. Ay, man, that's not a pleasant. That is really not a pleasant thought. My goodness. Yay, Chet is here. Chet's everywhere, man. Chet, Chet jumps. I'm so thankful for Chet being here, though. I'm so thankful for everybody being here. It's such a blessing to have everybody, man. Like just except for K250 or K2SO, you can survive in space. -3 Kelvin's almost absolute zero in space. Damn. Ender Pro, just old tech. Huh. Okay. It's like a printer without smooth swing. All right, what a great analogy, Rich. That's a great analogy, man. I love it. Neptune 4 Plus. Illegal. Okay, I've seen those. And I thought about should I go for those or go for the excuse me guys. Should I go for the illegal or the creality? But man, it sure seems like I guess people are having problems with the creality so bad. Makes this TK's chat's coughing. Hacking. Can't sleep, so watch Mundo. Oh man, Meg, I'm sorry you can't sleep, dude. But I'm glad you're here with us. Absolutely. I'm be praying tonight, man. Make sure you get better. For sure, dude. I know you will. But hey, Meg, if what you could do for your throat as well is I don't know if you drink just a little bit, but do a hot toddy. Old ranch remedy, dude, is you get some hot water, get some honey, get a shot of whiskey, and you get let's see, honey, water. Oh, lemon. Get a fresh lemon. Squeeze that lemon in there with the hot water. Put some honey, and just like not even a full shot of whiskey, dude. Just a little bit. I mean, probably like about. Mm, I would say probably smaller than this, man. Just that much. Throw it in there. Make sure you mix it good, and sip it. It's called a hot toddy, and I tell you, it does wonders for you, dude. It really will clear you up on the inside. And it's not a shot, so you got to drink it a little bit slow. And if you do it in a coffee cup and drink that super slow, make sure it stays hot though. Okay, if you have to reheat it up, mix it up, and make sure you just sip it because it'll open all of this up, and then the honey and the lemon will soothe your throat, and the whiskey will just kind of open everything from the inside. So it's an old ranch remedy, man. Chet says that my little brother has an Illegal Neptune 3 Max. It's huge. Huh. Okay. Jesus, man. My throat's going all wonky right now. Like I said, the weather's changing over here. Got big time right now. Anyways, I really need to head back to bed. Laugh out loud. Okay, Sword. Like I said, man, you have a great night, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate you very much, man. Much love, dude. Meg 2 says, I'd love a Bamboo Labs X1C. Ooh, really? Let's see. We'll drink water. You seem cool as fuck, and you're fucking awesome. Keep that shit up. Thanks, Sword. Much appreciated, bro. Much appreciated. You have a great night, dude. Let's see. Jim says 380 to 425, a bit high at first, but reviews are outstanding and it will pay for itself. See, anything that pays for itself is good, right? I believe if it's worth paying the amount for what it's worth, then it is. If it pays for itself, then it's definitely worth it. Now, I think, and this is just my opinion too, okay? So don't get me wrong. Lightsabers bring so much joy and so much interest in certain things that when you buy these items, I think they pay for a good quality hilt. Now, I'm not talking about this cheap shit stuff. I'm talking about somebody who's built, a good quality hilt, either from scratch or they do a great install. I believe that. Okay, great, Edge, you'll be back. Awesome. I believe that when you have such a great product, the product does pay for itself immensely, and especially at hilts, right? The quality of the install equals not only immense pleasure, but it pays for itself because you can take it to a con, you can take it to your family, you can take it to your friends, and not only will you bring joy in showing it off, but you can bring joy to other people as well, and the amazement that they have in such a great hilt, such a great product, right? Excuse me. And I think that for those who have been hobbyists and brought it into the business world, believe solely for that as well, right? That the job pays for itself not only with dividends, but as well as immense joy, immense, you know, the troubles of the world may go away because of the item that they love to build and do. Like for me, I said it's so relaxing. And if it's relaxing to these individuals that, do this day in and day out, get paid for it, but still are able to balance out life and family and everything else in between, I believe that it pays for itself a hundredfold, right? A hundredfold. Makes sense. So I just passed the anniversary. Kim Munley was the one that confronted Nidal Hassan. Oh wow. Okay. No exes are in Texas for me. See, somehow I don't believe you, Jim. That he recalls, right? That he recalls. That's too funny. That is too funny. Honey breaks down phlegm. Yes, it does. It's a, such a it's such a superfood, man. Have you done have you seen some of the stuff that it is capable of? Now, the only thing they say not to do with it is to actually cook with it. I mean, like heat it, like cook it. There's nothing wrong with just heating it up a little bit, but to really cook it for like hours on end, right? Short term, good. Long term stuff, bad. Cindy says the problem is illegal tends to sell machines in batches so they can be hard to get sometimes. And I was planning on a Neptune 3 and they were sold out, so I went with the Ender Pro. Oh, wow. Okay. Outdated and overpriced of what you're getting. Oh, okay. Wow. I mean, I'm glad you guys told me this, really, honestly. Get that illegal. Okay. Well, you guys have changed my mind, man. You guys definitely had changed my mind. Holy shnikes, where did the time go? My God, almost an hour and 40 minutes. Jeez. Well, I tell you what, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and leave you all a good night tonight, man. And I'm so thankful for you guys that have joined me here watching me. I so much appreciate it. But of course, as always, I can't leave without thanking Space Windu Anthony because without him, Mundo Madness Mondays would not exist. And of course, Civilized Sabers. And so if you guys are not familiar with Civilized Sabers, I highly recommend go and check him out. If you like and subscribe to Anthony's Civilized Sabers, as well as Meg Tootsith, Sabers, check him out on YouTube. Like and subscribe because he's such a great teacher and such great content. And if you've enjoyed, my content, it's not, a have to. It's if you want to. And like and subscribe to at Mundo Cabrera 7007. That's my YouTube channel. And you can also email me at E_Cabrera, CABRERAIII at yahoo.com. Uh, and I tell you guys, I am so unbelievably thankful for that you guys that have come and hung out with me tonight. Felicia, Titan, Jim, Meg, Swords, Chet, Cinzy. I love all you guys, man. You make the world go round with me. You guys are the reason that I do Mundo Madness Monday as well. Yeah, you too, Chet, man. And Chuck. Uh, you know, may the force be with you guys always. And Mundo, I'm gonna see if I can brand out here. My brain is just going, screaming, bed. And I'm like, no, not yet, not yet.
In
Mundo, have
here,
out.
we pour whiskey.